Okay, but I sort of do because live games are awesome, and so are you. There we go. I even made it rhyme. So hopefully that will help our chances get into that. But alright guys, obligatory warning, we could be in a bad situation if my computer decides to poop itself and we won't be able to get very high frames per second for some of the battles, all that good stuff. Building a new computer later today, should be able to stream 1080p once that's done. But now let's go ahead and get into the game. We've got Quantic.State in the top left, and he is a very powerful GM Protoss right now, and I'm going to set up the voting system for us. Unfortunately, we're just in game number 3. It's in the middle of the series, but I want to be able to bring you guys games. But now you can easily go to zanderfever.tv/vote and let us know who you think is going to be playing as, or who's going to be winning, because we do have Liquid.Sheth in the bottom left. I think I should just told Sheth where he spawned. Not both top. Oh! So cross only? No horizontal? Self-response, I think it is not both top. Alright, cool. So it's basically the same thing as Shakur. No, it's the reverse of Shakurus. Shakurus is you can spawn top and cross, but on this one it seems like you can spawn vertical but not horizontal, which is really, really good, as that really means you're not going to be sharing this fourth base. But unfortunately what it does mean is that this little avenue can be used. And this little avenue over here is Force Field Central. If Zerg tries to do something sneaky and move along that path and Protoss sees it, you can literally from the high ground Force Field, Force Field, Force Field, Force Field, and the roaches just die. It really doesn't happen as much as it theoretically could, but it's always something to be aware of. Now, Quantic.State is going for his Nexus over there, and we are having him going for a Forge as well. And it's a funny little trivia thing for you guys. I don't know why you would actually need this, but State and I used to actually be teammates on TQ, on the Think Quick, old team that is kind of under the ropes now. I think it's not really active anymore, but he's now Quantic.State, so he got picked up by a massive team, and that's always made me really happy for him. But he's a really nice guy and a really funny guy, and I really enjoy telling you guys when pro gamers are actually humans. So State qualifies as a human in my book. Alright, so Sheth is moving around. He also qualifies as a human, as he is ungodly nice. He's nothing but nice. Very, very considerate person. And once again, this is literally just a battle of the funny, nice people, which is sad because one of them will be eliminated. This is game number 3. We did not get into the first 2 games because of the fact that we were watching Goody being a beast before. So this is going to be quite awesome. And apparently I messed up the thing. I never actually made it recognize the fact that it was Sheth and not Goody. So oopsie daisies, but now it says Sheth. It says 1-1. I'm double checking all the information is correct now. State, Sheth. Looks like 2/3 of people think Sheth is going to be winning. No surprise there. I mean, Sheth is incredibly powerful, and State has an interesting history with PvZ, because I've seen him play against Spanishiwa. I used to watch him practice against Spanishiwa and Young a while back, and he had some very interesting games. Some very interesting games against Spanishiwa. No problem. I'm casting, so don't spoil, but I hope it went well. Okay, cool. But yeah, T-Gun was playing Everrise, and they're both really good people, so I was just talking to them, and I wish them both luck before their series started. Alright, so right now we're going to be having the Gateway getting down the second Zealot, which is an interesting choice by State. He may end up going for a really quick third right now, because Zealots are very good at taking down rocks. They just deal more damage than the Stalker and all that, and the armor is less effective than the Zealots because they've got the 2 attacks, and there's... Wait, no, actually, no, they're less. Oh, wait, did I get that wrong? They do 8 damage per shot, 16 total, but with the 3 armor for the Zealots, that means they do 5, that's 10 damage per shot. 3 armor Stalkers do 11 damage per shot, so it's all about the actual attack time. Whichever one attacks it faster will probably kill off the rocks faster. We are having State pushing out with these 2 Zealots. We're going to try and do a little bit of harassment, and that's going to be very, very good. So the Queen is coming out. Spinecrawler is going to be made over here at the 3rd, just to be safe, as Entombed Valley does have this, and actually, you know what? I don't think I ever updated the map. Yep, it still says Cloud Kingdom. This is not Cloud Kingdom. This is Entombed Valley. Okay, so Entombed Valley is officially the map, and State's already throwing down Proxy Pilot, another Proxy Pilot. What is his Warp Gate looking like? His Warp Gate is almost done. He's got a gateway over there. He's got a couple more gates down there. He's going to get a very quick 4-gate down here. One pylon is done. This top one in the main gets cancelled, and by main I mean third. But Sheth does have a Spine Crawler up, but State now is +1 Zealots moving into attack, and there's the warping of 4 more Zealots, but Sheth has just quickly taken down these rocks, and that's going to be really, really important. State has multiple pylons down the field. This probe is going to get picked off by Sheth very, very easily. It does now officially fallen. Spinecrawler is dead, but there are roaches on the field, and roaches are very good against Zealots. But this queen is going to fall. That's a nice little pick off for State, and we're having Velmu saying, okay, now game starting. Just got into a game. Sorry, but good luck. But good luck. Okay, cool. So Velmu is going to go ahead and move on. Good luck to him, as we're going to be seeing State adding on his 3rd and 4th gases, as we will be having pylons moving along all the way. And with a couple sentries out, State should be pretty safe from any counterattack shenanigans from Sheth. But Sheth is really going to be counterattacking quite hard. Luckily, there isn't a Immortal coming out. Another Immortal is going to be coming in next. And with the scouting of that Immortal, Sheth may be gearing up for a double-pronged attack. If he can send Lings to hit over here, Roaches to hit from the front, he can try and snipe the cannons and use the Lings down here, but he could also get the Lings to attack here, take down the rocks. The Roaches also on the low ground. There's a few positioning things he can do, but as far as maps go to defend multi-pronged attacks, Entombed Valley is probably the best, and that's one of the reasons why Sheth is retreating right now. He could easily grab a 4th base now if he so desires, but his lair is 3/4 the way done. We see the Evo Chamber is now out, getting the missile attacks, and we're going to be seeing some powerful Roach play most likely out of Sheth. The Immortals are the best at taking down rocks of any unit in the entire game, so they do that quite successfully. And it seems that Seth with his State, I just combined their 2 names and just took out the H for Sheth and made it the S of State, and that's how we get Seth. But to explain that is kind of a moot point, because State is the one getting his 4th base, or 3rd base. I can't count. It's been a long couple days. This is going to be interesting as we get into later rounds of today and see what kind of vocal mistakes I'll be able to make. I don't know, I feel like that could be the start of a really bad tally marker. I don't know. But the whole point is that Sheth is going to try and deal with State's quick 3rd, because this map is amazingly powerful for defending and turtling on 3 bases as Protoss. So Sheth is getting fully scouted, and I don't think he really cares about that. He's playing very standardly, getting his Glider Constitution, getting his missile attacks going on. That is not... Okay, cool. I really appreciate that. There may not be a timing issue if this game ends soon. No worries. I thank you for your manner. There we go. This is mana that we're going to try and get into, because I've asked him specifically to not only let us cast his round of 16 game, but to also wait a little bit if this game does not complete soon. So I'm trying to be super nice to him. He's being super nice back to me. It's all going to matter on his opponent and the TL admin now. Hopefully the best will emerge victorious, and hopefully be able to see that emerging of victory. Alright, so we got the double robo out now. Okay, so, alright, cool. Thank you for the updates. Okay, so we're going to have a Quantic.State going for his double Colossus. He does have a War Prism out, and he could easily go for actually a Zealot drop, or maybe even do something like a double Immortal drop if he ends up moving around and can be effective. But let's see where this War Prism is queued up. It's going all the way down, and it's actually going to be preparing to attack the 4th base of Sheth. But Sheth is here where the 4th base of State may end up being. But these double gateways at the front are going to be very powerful for walling off any kind of multi-pronged attacks from Sheth. But it looks like, he sees, oh, look at that, the really nice Ling movements shows Sheth that the War Prism is coming down, and he's going to bring in all of his army down here to defend against this, and that's actually great for State. In all honesty, it's better that Sheth saw for State, because this army is pulling back, and it's going to allow State to get out a good count of Colossus and Immortal. But this is a devastatingly strong army, potentially, and we're seeing another another gate and a second gateway being added. We can see the upgrades for State are actually going to be pretty solid at 2-1, and his +3 attack is being researched. If we look for the Warp Prism, where did the Warp Prism go? Ah, there's the Warp Prism now, with 4 Zealots into play, and he should be able to move in. And by the way, guys, the messaging with mana and all that stuff, it shows why I like to never go busy, and I really am thankful for the watchers for not actually spamming me and doing all that very annoying stuff, because it allows me to do things like try and get you guys more games, so really appreciative about that for you guys, because that's amazingly important. Okay, now we're seeing 5 Colossi now out for State, and he is continuing to make them. He's got a very large Immortal count, but notice he doesn't have that much in terms of real support. He's literally almost pure Robo units right now. He's adding in some Stalkers, but he does not have Blink. He does not have Blink, and that could be really unfortunate, but we do see Hive out for Sheth, as well as a Greater Spire on the way, so Broodlords will be coming into play, and that is one of the best things you can do against a Turtling Protoss. You go ahead and get quick 4 base and go Broodlords. But State is now going to get completely assaulted. He's forced to pull back his entire army. He's caught so out of position. Sheth could easily just move around those Lings, get them to go into the main base or something, go for that multi-pronged attack, and it looks like he will do that, but oh, look, State, clutch force field stopping all of those Lings, and he's going to be able to move in and actually clean up this attack from Sheth. Beautifully done. Very beautifully done, and Sheth only managed to kill 9 probes. That was handled the best possible way it could for State. But now for on the flip side, we're going to be seeing Sheth able to get down a lot of Broodlords now. His Spine Cars have had time to build, and we're going to be able to see a fair amount of tech coming out from Sheth, and the fact that there is no Blink from State is really probably just a mistake, because State does not have that much in terms of anti-air. But there aren't really Infestors on the field either. Oh, never mind, there's 8. When did those come out? My god, I completely missed those. Sheth, where are your Infestors? There they are. But his Broodlords are now just completed in terms of morphing. We see that they're now going to be making their way across the field. We see that there are all 7 of them are alive, going ahead and attacking. There we have the Fungals going down. Fungals are landing over everything. State needs to target fire the Broodlords with those Stalkers. Retreat somehow, but right now he is just trading very well. Considering how badly this attack could have gone for him, he's getting down Archons. He's got a lot of Colossi out, and they're doing an amazing job of dealing with the Broodlings. And Sheth does not have attack upgrades for those Broodlords, and that means the Broodlings are the real damage dealers in this attack, and the Colossi are just wrecking apart the Broodlings themselves. But Sheth's doing a good job of delaying this 4th base also with the Burrowed Zergling as well as the Overlord, and Sheth has got his 5th base now up. All he needs to do is get some drones down there, and he'll be mining quite happily, but it looks like State's very low on probes. Actually not even building anymore. He's just at 48, and that is nothing. Look at his income. It's so low. I think he underestimated the damage that Sheth was able to do with the harassment, but here we have Stalkers coming down the bottom right. They should be able to take down that base, and Sheth is going to need to ring over his Broodlords. Here they come. They're all the way moving across the field so slowly, but State has successfully taken down 2 bases in 1 attack without taking too much damage, but these Stalkers are so vulnerable. The Infestors should get some key fungals. They do land the fungals. They land the fungals, and State is now being forced to engage to try and keep his Stalkers a little bit alive. His Blink is not down, but he's got no anti-air to really deal with these Broodlords, and that is really bad. But we're seeing drones now being pulled. Sheth is really actually showing to be a little bit scared right now, but he actually makes a little bit of a mistake, losing more drones than he probably would have liked in that little thing. But to be honest, he still has enough on the field that he'll be just fine. But these Immortals are doing so much damage. State is doing a crazy amount with so little, and it's weird to say this is little, but these are units, the Colossus and the Immortals, that normally require heavy support from gateway units, and right now State is almost pure Robo units, and he's actually going toe-to-toe with Sheth, who has Infestor Broodlord. That is godly. That is absolutely ridiculous. He's going to be able to pull this off. Alright, and what's good is my computer does not seem to be failing horribly. It looks like it's actually kind of liking the tile set for this map, and yeah, we got a whopping 13 frames per second. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The problem is the Zergling is going to go ahead and give State some issues because he does not have an observer with his army. So he will not be able to get his 4th for a fair amount of time, but here we have Hashi going down, and a DT is going to go ahead and look around, scout, try and find another base, but there's going to be no base there to attack. However, this DT is going to have a field day attacking this hatchery, forcing back all of these Lings, and the Infestors may be forced to actually use a fungal. We see State pulling back the DT. He may go ahead and try and hide it, but he's going to just micro it in a very fun manner. He's trying to bait the infestor's fungal. That's what he was trying to do. If he stayed in one spot, it'd be very, very easy to get a fungal. But if he moves it back and forth, it's possible the fungal will miss, as it's hard to see an invisible unit. Alright, the Zergling is here, but there's still no detection. There's absolutely no detection, and that could be really, really bad. But there's, oh, you know, here's the detection. It's the single observer that's over there being stared at by Sheth, who is not attacking it with his corruptors that are right there. There we go. There we have the death of that particular observer. Is that the only one in the field, though? Nope, there's another one. Hopefully it's coming over here to yep, it's going to help out this army. There it goes. Helps the army kill off that single Ling that's being so pesky. And we actually have more burrowed Lings here by Sheth. And to be honest, we actually just learned something really cool. State has his Zealot there, and these Zerglings do not stop the Zealot from being able to utilize the Watchtower, when if they were unburrowed, they would have. Alright, so now this hatcher is actually taking a fair amount of damage, but there's no spore crawlers or detections, and Sheth is still basically on 4 base. He's basically on his 4 base, but how much of them are actually mining? We've got the natural still mining a little bit. The main is kind of just mining gas, but that's really something that Zerg definitely wants. So here we're having this Star Templar with 3 kills. Need to pull back. It is going to get fungled, so it does waste a little bit of energy, and Sheth, he's got 8 infestors. It's not a big deal. It's going to waste energy, but none of them are quite maxed on. That's kind of important. 10 more drones are coming out of the way. It's going to give Sheth 95 drones. He's going to need to use some of those to get more spine crawlers out in the field to try and deal with the fact that State has a large force of units out in the top. Let's see exactly what's going on. Zealot and a High Templar is there. Psystorm is actually being researched, and State may go ahead and start working on getting down this base as his next expansion. That'll be really, really good, unless it gets sieged by the Broodlords. That's kind of the weakness of this particular base, is the fact that Broodlords are very high in their numbers, and they can easily cliff back here and engage down there, and it's going to force State to be very, 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 very good with his Blink Stalkers, as they are pretty much his only anti-air right now, though he did just complete a Stargate. We'll see if he can go carriers or go for a mothership, an Archon toilet, or what. It remains to be seen. It really does. But with the fleet beacon going down somewhere, let's see in the production tab. There it is, the natural expansion. State's 4th base is now up. His probe count is only at 53. His army is ridiculously strong. Oh my god. 133 army supply. I have hiccup bits now, and I really hope those don't continue. If hiccuping continues, I would be so frustrated. It's really, really annoying to have the hiccups and trying to cast. Yeah, just saying. Alright, so we got a couple Lings there, waiting to tail off any kind of probes trying to expand. There is an observer out in the middle of the field for State, doing a good job of just looking out for stuff. All of a sudden I'm dropping frames, I think? I don't know, it's not too bad. Overseer is there, but we've got a lot of Lings going across the map. They're about to have their +3 attack, which is going to make them very, very effective. They do not have the adrenal glands, though. No adrenal glands for them. The Greater Spire is actually just... Ooh, look at that timing. I wish I did that on purpose. We got the +3 attack going down for those Broodlords, and that's going to be really, really important. State is now coming forward with a lot of Stalkers to kill off some Lings, but I really like what Sheth is doing. He doesn't have all the Lings burrowed. He doesn't leave just a single Ling alone and burrowed. He complements it with a few Zerglings to pick off any probes that are trying to get there, so instead of just denying the Nexus, he also denies a probe. Plus, it kind of fakes out the Protoss and thinking that there's nothing there. Alright, so looking around, where is that mothership coming down? Here it is. The mothership is going to be produced at the natural expansion. I'm really speaking badly today. I'm sorry about that. But the natural expansion is where the mothership is coming down. And State is very, very immortal heavy. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little move. He's basically doing that to kill off any burrowed Zerglings. And he's using an immortal so it doesn't die, because these Colossi do have their +3 attack. And you don't want to... Oh my god, 37 kills. That was an ooh shiny moment. 34 kills, 35 kills, 32 kills, but a lot of them are just Broodlings, to be honest. Though it's not the biggest deal that those are down. Those kill counts are so high, but look at Sheth's Broodlord count. It is so high. He's at 14 right now. He's got a lot of Corruptors. He's up to 10 Infestors, and that is a really devastating count potentially. Looking around over here, we do see that his mining is starting to get a little bit diminished, but he is doing something very nice in getting the drops. He's got the Ventral Sacks going down, and to be honest, he could complement the drops with Banelings. I don't know if he's got a Baneling nest out in the field or anything, but we're seeing State is actually sacrificing probes. He's going to be down to 45 probes. wow, this is really interesting. He's trying to get an insanely strong army. He's got 155, 153, 151, 49. Okay. But what he's doing, if he knows what he's doing, is he's getting in High Templar. He's going to be able to Archon Toilet this stuff incredibly effectively, while Sheth has got an 89 supply locked up in terms of his workers, and State's going to have a massively strong army because of this. Sheth's army is literally quite mathematically 2/3 of what State's army is, and that could be absolutely devastating if they really do get into a large-scale engagement. But note that State also has High Templars that are just straight-up Templars, so he's going to be able to both Archon Splash and Psystorm this army. He's gearing up for a massive engagement against this Broodlord Corruptor Infestor Overseer mix, and theoretically he could even feed back the he could feed back I just realized he could feed back the Overseers, and then there's no detection, and all of a sudden the Mothership's going to reign supreme. The Stalkers can just kill off all the Corruptors as they move along. But there we have Observer going to go ahead and die very quickly. We're going to have no frames per second for this battle. As we're watching them moving forward, everything is getting attacked. We see Psystorm getting casted. Are we going to see the Mothership get the Vortex down? There's a lot of units down here for Sheth. There is no frames per second. I can't wait for a new computer, but there we have the attack. Broodlords are going to be going in. Archon should be chasing in shortly. Psystorm should be happening behind that, following this up. But State is doing an incredibly good job of keeping his army alive. He's back up to max food. So is Sheth, and they are doing it with Stalkers and Lings. Adrenal glands is being researched, but there we have explosions. I can't even tell what's dying. We can't see anything. Hooray for new technology that will be coming today. I really hope this is actually funny for you guys and not kind of making up for the horrible quality, because we're just watching a whole lot of death. State is now down to 149 food. Sheth's at 157, but once again the worker count is what's really important. State's army's at 128 supply. Sheth is at 79 supply, and we're seeing an expansion coming down for State, which is really important. We got a lot of spine cars down here. Zell's going to do a good job of tanking these stuff, but these Immortals have got to start attacking the spine cars. This position is incredibly powerful. Sheth is trying to reproduce a ton of Corruptors. He needs to get Broodlords out yet again. But what's the High Templar count for State? He's got 4 High Templars out. They're becoming Archons apparently, but he's got a good use of Psystorm as well. These bottom right bases though are untouched for a long time. State's going to kill off this base yet again, and look at that, Sacrificial Infestor, and now Sheth is going to start getting assaulted. The fungal nope, no fungal. That is just a roasted unit that's called Infestor as it dies. So now we're having Corruptors trying to go ahead and engage. These Archons are going to need to kill them off, so these Colossi just do not die for free. We're having everything pushing forward. I do believe the Mothership got killed as it is being reproduced yet again, but from where? It's going to be from the third. That's when the Mothership's going to come in, so it's going to take a while for it to actually get in there. But State's an opportunity to blink away, and he might be able to pick off an Infestor, but he's not going to try. He's going to try and regroup his entire army, stay together, and deal with everything at the same exact time. Sheth is actually leading for, oh no, Sheth's Infestors. What are they doing? They're actually, are they on a, I think they're on a separate hockey completely. He actually has Infestors hockeyed separately. He only has 4 in there, but he's got more on that. But this bottom right base is still alive, and we're having Zealots that were attempting to harass, but State's army, look at the army supply. It's starting to get a little bit more even. State's below in the food count. Sheth is now getting 10 more Broodlords. That's going to help the army supply of Sheth actually be even with State, as opposed to State being net. But holy Broodlords, Batman. 18 Broodlords are going to be out once these 10 pop. My god, that's obscene. That's absolutely obscene. That's so much damage. Holy dear god. Alright, so we've got the Mothership about to pop out. That's going to be hugely important. I really want State to actually feed back some of those Overseers, so that the cloak of the Mothership could be super effective, considering the fact that there are so many Broodlords and so few Corruptors. It's going to be literally down to the Fungals to go ahead and actually give detection. And if we can see, Sheth's getting attacked. The DTs are actually sniping off those Infestors. Great damage is actually being done. Look at that. This trading for those Infestors is super key. We're seeing that Sheth's now down to just these 5 alone. But the DTs have not managed to get into the bottom right base to harass. The spread of units from Sheth is just too good right now, but there's a very sincere lack of detection. The Infestor's fungal growth is basically the only detection there really is. But note the lack of economy out from State. Still, 44 probes out, but State is about to be maxed yet again, and that's a powerful army. There's no other way to say it's a powerful army. But we are having some links and a little bit of a drop, forcing a warp in here from State, but he will be able to clean that up. And this Overlord's going to do a good job of just scouting the stuff that's basically already known. But somehow, oh, look at that. There's actually another set of links that are down there. They are crackling, so that's nice and all, but State does manage to clean them up rather nicely. It looks like he's preparing to get another base down, but there's no ling to delay it. So once this Overlord falls, it will mean that the base can be going down. Oh, he actually leaves the Overlord alive. He can easily come back, and Sheth's actually going to do that. Nice move, Sheth. So he's going to continue to do that. We are watching a few units getting picked off. I think State is killing them off on his own, so he can actually get more units. We do have enough for a Vortex. Is there a Neural Parasite for the one known as Sheth? There is Neural Parasite. I kind of want to see High Templar. I think feedback could be State's best friend. If he feedbacks the Overseers, feedbacks the Infestors, he'll be able to nullify all detection, except for the Spore Crawlers. That could be a little bit more of a problem. Now we're going to see this guy's pushing forward. So many units are out. We're hey, it's almost done. 36 minutes in, and now we're going in as we're seeing just so much death. Maybe we'll get to mana. I don't know. As we're seeing them continue to push forward, all of these things are going down, and it seems that we're gonna see death. I don't want to slow you, so go ahead. Alright, so we're going to see them going ahead as we're moving around. You do see a lot of death happening as Sheth is doing a lot of damage. There's a huge spread to the Broodlords. Actually, this may be done. This may be done. I don't know. Alright, so we're seeing them pushing in as they're going to continue attacking. I think State might be able to actually take this in a second. Yeah, I think this is done if you haven't started. Okay, he may have started. This may be a fruitless effort on my part, but we're going to try. State right now has got so much stuff, and Sheth right now is trying to produce lings and stuff to get into this as we're going to continue pushing in. I'm trying to get you guys into mana. It's not Tosh, it's mana, as State's going to continue pushing forward. There's a lot of Spine Crawlers here. That may be enough, but there is an Immortal in here in the mix with 45 kills. It's going to do so much damage against those Spine Crawlers, and those these actual Archons are pushing forward. This is so cool of you, and we're gonna be really pushing in. State is continuing pushing forward. They're even on food, but once again, the worker count is very different. We have a couple Broodlords coming in, and they're gonna try to get taken out because this Greater Spire is gonna be going down shortly. This Immortal is gonna be able to destroy the Greater Spire. Where are the Broodlords morphing? Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a drone drop happening. This is insane. This is the very last parts of this game, and my God, State is gonna get attacked, counterattacked over here with the Lings. This is insanity. This is absolute insanity. Insanity, you should watch this. Okay, so this is going to be ridiculous as the Hive is now being assaulted. We have a Spire being, spawning pool ring rebuilt down there as, high mana, and we've got, Roach Warren going down, over here to try and rebuild. Sheth is doing ridiculous amounts of goodness trying to come back into this, but State just has so much. His worker count, once again, is so low. His army count is higher. He's got a, more powerful army, better spread of more microable units. The Blink Stalkers, the Zealots are around. The Archons are here. There's still one Immortal with 52 kills. This is a ridiculous Immortal, but Sheth doesn't have opportunity if he can go ahead and land the Fungals by enough time. He's managed to deny them some mining from State, but State, where are all of your probes? You gotta get them. Oh, there's the transfer going down, as this is insane. As he's continuing moving around, we've got everything hitting. No, State has picked up a couple of those Festers, and there's no more support for the Broodlords. I cannot imagine that Sheth can hold out for much longer. He's doing his best. He's producing 4 Roaches, 5 Roaches. I don't think that's going to do anything over here against this army. We do have a few Broodlords, but where is Sheth's supply coming from? It's literally from 13 Infestors. That's where all the supply of Sheth is. That's not going to do it in a direct engagement. That just will not cut it. But now State's looking around for more bases. He's just trying to keep Sheth back in the bottom right. And oh my God, I need to breathe more. My head is getting lightheaded. This is ridiculous. And that kind of says head in twice in the same sentence in a really awkward way. Okay, State is actually on move command. There we go. Now he's going to start attacking the Lings. Oh my God, I'm about to pass out. Eee. Once again, call 911 and tell them a dude on the internet's passing out if it becomes necessary. As Immortals are moving around, this Immortal's got so many kills. There's so many Archons that's going to destroy the Ling count of Sheth. This is absolute ridiculousness. Sheth is holding on so much. I cannot imagine what the first 2 games of these guys playing must have looked like. I cannot believe that this is game 3. This is the deciding game to determine who's going to go farther on in this TSL qualifier. Team Liquid is being so cool to bring this back. And by the way, this is that same Overlord that was attacked in the top right a long time ago that got left with one shot left from a Stalker kill to actually have it on there. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Alright, so Sheth is still managing to hold on. He is amassing a strong army. But, give me a second to lean back and breathe. I need a drink of water. Alright. So, we have the Broodlords moving across the map. Spine crawlers are going to be more and more prevalent down there. State is actually re-expanding here to its base, and he will be able to transfer some probes out, but notice how little he has mining here in the top middle. His income is actually behind that of Sheth's. State's down to 27 probes, but if you look at the workers killed, to be honest, State's killed more of the workers in this game, not just because of the fact that he's actually harassed more than Sheth, but because State's also sacrificed probes. So that means that Sheth's kill count is actually not indicative of how much he's harassed, because we've seen State sacrifice those probes down there in the beginning of the, or I guess the middle parts of the game to really get that going, but it looks like death of that pylon, and Sheth is about to lose a small presence of some army that he has. So there we see it going down. It looks like we're in a little bit of an awkward phase. Mana, I thought this game was going to be done with State pushing the bottom right, but it looks like he does not feel comfortable pressing into this position. I mean, he could get fungled by a lot, and I mean, there's no faster way to go ahead and just squander a late game victory in PvZ than to all of a sudden let yourself get completely enveloped and fungled by all of the infestors while getting attacked by broodlords that are spread out nicely so you can't Archon toilet them. So State is playing this as safely as he can. Man, I hope this is entertaining enough to warrant the wait. I feel bad, this should be done with, but we got roaches that are now going to start getting destroyed. State has now cornered this place efficiently, and this is going to be the death to this part of the army. Spine Crawler is going to fall in a moment. We got the Extractor getting completely decimated by Archons and Stalkers. This will be falling. This is craziness as we're continuing to watch forward. These roaches. State, why don't you have an observer with your army? Oh my god. Oh wait, here's the observer. There you are. Why are you so late, observer? This is like the 5th time that he's engaged without an observer, and he's been able to almost let things go by because of that. This is crazy. My god. We have Zealous now being warped in top here because some Lings did try and do a run by. I gotta give points to Sheth for holding on right now. He's actually got more drones than the probes are on the field. He's got twice the income in both gas and minerals, and he is holding on. If he can continue delaying State, he'll actually be in a much better spot. State, though, might need to start working on the mothership and getting it down there to engage. He has it completed. It's got enough for a vortex, and he may need to end up doing 2 vortexes. I kind of think he really should wait for that 200 mana, which is a pun because the mana's watching. Hi, mana. So we're going to be able to go ahead and get the vortex down here, try and get the units to push out, be in a bad spot, and then maybe do another vortex over here and try and time it so that the Archons can go from this vortex, kill everything, and to get into this other vortex right before it pops, and then kill everything there and go for a double Archon toilet. That would be devastatingly effective. But State looks like he's going to be pushing before he has enough energy to do just that. However, he's spread nicely. He needs to nullify the fungal threat. Sheth's going to actually start pushing out. Ooh, Sheth's going to need to pull back. Otherwise, he's going to sacrifice a large part of his army. He actually is going to be... Yikes, we're going to see a blink forward from State. There's the blink forward, taking down a good chunk of those roaches. Alright, so now 11 Archons are in play. This is going to be really, really, really tight to hold. The good thing is the Archons are actually going to tank the fungals incredibly well, but the problem is they're short range, so they probably will not be able to actually engage against the Broodlords, and that's the main damage dealer in this threat. And the battle's going to be the Broodlords and their Broodlings. That Archons are going to be mainly used against the Broodlings themselves. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Sheth is actually, he's by the way, guys, this is not BM. He could win this. I just want to make sure I can emphasize that. He's legitimately making an amazing comeback right now. And we can see if State can make this a victory for himself, or if Sheth's going to be able to win this engagement. Sheth's doing a really good job of being very active with his roaches and everything, trying to find that exact key position, because notice State is not feeling too comfortable with a direct engagement at this point in time. The mothership is here. There we go, 200 energy. Sheth may be getting vortexed, but here are these Oh, they're not be able to see. Where is your observers in the middle of this army? It's actually not seen as Sheth. He may go ahead and actually... He looks like he's queued up to go somewhere over here. He's going to try and go around the back, it seems. But we have infested Terran being spawned in advance of this thing. And oh no, you guys ready to drop frames for a second? Because I am! And the frames are going to drop. We've got Overlord dropping infestors down there. Maybe it's just going to die with 4 infestors inside of it. That's really not good. Where is the Vortex going down? Because we've got the Broodlords got blinked under. There's no fungals that are hitting by Sheth. The infested Terran are popping down. They might be able to snipe off the mothership. The Vortex is not... There's the Vortex going down there. Will there be another one? Where are the Roaches there from Sheth? I don't know. They're coming back from the back line, and Sheth is actually maybe winning this engagement. Sheth maybe wins engagement. State may actually be losing this thing. The mothership is down. We've got Broodlord still alive, and holy GG gets called. What? Oh my God! Sheth just won one of the most amazing games ever. That was an amazing game. That was awesome. State sacrifices probes, gets a huge maxed out army, pushes out, and Sheth manages to defend. The spine crawlers, the bases in the bottom right. State not getting that key engagement at the end, not getting the Vortex stuff, not getting the Archon turrets, the fungals, the infested Terran, the DPS out of Sheth at that end battle was ridiculous. Oh, and now we're going to get into Mana because he's awesome and waiting for us, so thank you, Mana. I am so pumped. We're going to get into another best of 3, and I cannot wait. That was crazy. What's going next? I have no idea.